Hello everyone. So today I'm here to talk about how art helps communities heal after natural disasters or tragedies. After Hurricane Katrina, many buildings in New Orleans were left destroyed, devastated. That included schools, hospitals, like roads, many infrastructures of the city. So the creative artists of that town, instead of just painting the broken walls white again with plain paint, they decided to be creative and created murals that evoked hope, a sense of strength and community resilience within the community. And people who had lost everything in these disasters, when they stood in front of these murals, they just stood there crying, and not just because of sadness, but because they finally felt hope, they felt heard. As a visual artist, a photographer, I have experienced personally how art and creative expression can help you process emotions when words are not enough. Even if you haven't experienced any major disaster, I think we've all felt loss and pain in some way in our lives, and we all know the importance of healing during this process, not just physically but emotionally. And that's where art comes in. In the next few minutes, I will explain to you how art helps communities heal after disasters and tragedies, and the importance of supporting these projects. To understand why art matters during the process of healing, we must first look at what it does for survivors emotionally. The main problem that communities face during natural disasters or tragedies is the deep emotional trauma that comes with these events, yet they lack the necessary tools to process this pain and these emotions. So the emotional impact after disasters is severe, with survivors facing grief, shock, and psychological pressure to handle their lives. But many don't have access to therapy or structured ways to support them. So visual art ends up being a way that provides a non-verbal way for them to process this pain, making the healing more accessible in places where mental health resources are limited. According to the American Art Therapy Association, creative expression helps reduce symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, emotional numbness, depression, especially after traumatic events. We have the example of the 9/11 tragedy, where people gathered together, started to paint murals and make art memorials that expressed what couldn't be said with words. And the whole community resonated with this art, and it gave them a sense of hope. We also have the 2011 Japan earthquake and tsunami, where a group of artists led a painting session where they involved the community. People gathered there, children and families, to paint and express their feelings. These events helped reduce fear, especially in the children, and replaced it with connection and hope. So the question now is, what can we do about it? Let's look at some practical ways and solutions that we can make art more accessible to these survivors. Art classes, memorials, community paintings are some of the projects that are already implemented in our society that help with this kind of situation, but they're not yet accessible to the vast majority of the population, according to the American Art Therapy Association. As I bring my speech to an end, I want to remind you why art is more than creativity in times of recovery. Art helps communities heal during these tragedies. It helps survivors process their trauma, understand it, and by sharing with the community, they gain a sense of strength and resilience and hope for the future. So Now that you understand how powerful art is in emotional recovery, I hope you begin to see the murals and art exhibitions as a sign of resilience of the community. And I want to encourage you today to support this kind of projects by going to these exhibitions, listening to the stories of the artists, what they're saying, and sharing with your own community. And why not create art yourself that speaks your truth and the truth of your community?